So everybody, welcome back to the Spurs 9501 podcast. I've got Richard from Charlottesville Spurs, one of our favourite and most fervent fans. Richard's really depressed after the nightmare in Croatia yesterday. Yeah. So Richard, go ahead, mate. Tell us your thoughts. I'm not going to ask any questions. You just tell everybody what you think.
I've been depressed ever since the North London derby. It has been a rough patch, the roughest patch I've ever had as a Tottenham supporter. You know, we had our supporters club. We were all at the brewery, and you know, ever since the second half of that game, it's been really hard. Probably the roughest patch I've ever had in 15 years of being a Tottenham supporter. I don't know where we go from here. The internet is clearly divided between 80% wanting our coach out, 20% wanting the players out. You know, I fall in the 20%. The performance in Croatia was it was diabolical. You can just go on Twitter and you can read all about it. But I blame the players. I really do. I don't think Sir Alex Ferguson could have taken that team in Croatia with those players' attitudes and their mindset and won with them. You know, we had possession. We were attacking. We're always trying to move forward, but it just didn't work out. I mean, you saw what I saw.
But Richard, let me ask you a question. Was that the most important match of this? Forget about the North London derby, that's gone. Was yesterday's match the most important match of the season? Yes or no?
Because that's our way back into European football. So I mean, barring the red card, I will. At the end of the day, the buck stops with the coach. Any coach will tell you that. Like, they will take responsibility no matter what. And there were some players out there. I mean, I was happy to see Aurier back. I was, and then I saw him play, and then I wasn't again. I don't know who's worse, Doherty or Aurier. I honestly don't know. I mean, Ben Davies and Dyer. Are you kidding me? I can't believe it. I mean, I've been hard on Sanchez, but I gave Sanchez the man of the match. Sanchez, to me, was the only player that gave it all yesterday, that left it all out there. He was left so exposed by Aurier and Sissoko and Dyer and Davies.
But Richard, who's picking these players? Why are you not playing Reguilon at left back, playing Toby Alderweireld as centre back? Why are you playing Winks, Sissoko, Dyer? We know these guys. Jose knows they're not strong players. That's why he didn't play them in the North London derby. So why are you playing them in the only match we need to win to try and get into the Champions League? Why? It's got to be on Mourinho, surely.
Yeah, it is. No, and it is. And it was an oversight. I mean, going into that game up 2-0. I mean, come on. There's not one person here that didn't think we would score one goal and put it out of reach. And I think Jose thought, and it was a tactical mistake on his part. I mean, he brought in Reguilon to it. Did Moussa Sissoko even leave the pit? That was the one that got me. Did he even come? No, he didn't, because he gave up that last goal on that run. That was him. He let him run right by.
He didn't go with the runner, did he?
No, he gave up 2 goals. Why didn't he come off the field? That's the one that's unforgivable.
Nobody knows the answer. But Richard, listen, we could talk about the match for 4 or 5 hours, and we would never get to the end of it. Let's talk about this now. 2 things. Do we need to get rid of a lot of players at Tottenham? And if so, which players do we need to get rid of?
Yeah, I think we do. Listen, we've scored. I mean, I see all this stuff that Jose's a dinosaur. Give me back the old Spur. Look, we've scored a ton of goals. So if you really look at it, it's our entire back line that needs to go. I mean, defensively, Winks, Sissoko, Davies, Dyer, Aurier. I mean, I would lump Sanchez in there, but Sanchez, to me, the last 2 games, I mean, he's given it everything. That's the one player for me that he fought for the badge. He never gave up. He's been left so exposed so many times yesterday and in the North London derby. But out of everybody, I would just literally keep Sanchez and Toby and get rid of the rest. I would.
And I assume you keep Reguilon as well, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I mean, that goes without.
Yeah, so I mean, I totally agreement with you. I mean, so who would you? I mean, so let's assume we get rid of all those players. We've got to get new players in. But the big question here in the UK and all around on the Twitter, you must know, is we're definitely not getting Champions League next year. Yeah, I think we've all agreed that. So is Harry Kane and Heung-min Son, are they going to hang around to play no European football?
Listen, so, I mean, we're not out of European football quite yet, right? We can still finish top 6, correct? We can still. I don't know. This is a question I've been asking. If we win the cup, the Caribou Cup, I mean, with the big if against Man City, but does that get us into European football? I'm not sure on that.
Sure. I'm not to check because I think it's top 6. But even if we get back to Europa League, is Harry Kane and Heung-min Son, are they going to stay and hang around for Europa League?
I wouldn't. That. So to me, yesterday, the reason why when the game was over, I sunk down because I thought, well, there goes. I mean, Harry was out there. He didn't look. He looked kind of banged up. He was giving it his all. He's making great cross. He's trying everything he can, and he's let down again. So I wouldn't blame him. I mean, at this point, I want the guy to win. And I think there's a lot that goes into that question. Certainly, if we sack Mourinho, which looks like for all intents and purposes, everybody wants him gone. Would you stay around if you're Harry Kane? If you can't win with Jose Mourinho, if you're surrounded by a player and an organization that can't win one thing with one of the most winningest coaches of all time next to Sir Alex Ferguson, why would you stay?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, there won't be any shortage of people. I mean, he could go to Man City tomorrow and he'd win the league. He'd probably win the Champions League. He'd win everything. So I can see him probably leaving, and I can see Heung-min Son leaving as well because he's not going to hang around. He's a world-class player. Why is he going to hang around Tottenham? We're going to be a mid-table team.
I agree. And, look, at the end of the day, they've got to realize, he's been here through Pochettino. Now he's been here through less than a season with Jose. This is 6.5 years, and they haven't won so much as a cup. So a coaching change isn't going to – that's what I keep telling people. Do people really think a coaching change, he's going to sit around for Nagelsmann or whoever they want to bring in?
I think you hit the nail on the head. A coaching change is not going to work because the main problem, the root cause, is ENIC. They don't want to spend any money. Although, having said that, they're paying Mourinho $15 million a year. He had a good window where he bought lots of players. So I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, to me, it's the same. Look, if you look at the players that he's brought in, they've actually been, to me, it's the rotten core of players that have been here through the last 6 years that are just every year.
Who is that core player? Who is that core player, Richard? Tell us.
Well, it's Moussa Sissoko. That's one who's been there. It's Aurier. It's been Dyer.
Ben Davies, Eric Dyer. Yeah.
Mora's been good. Lamelo's been good. But it's just it's just the same old. And this year, it's really been our defensive. It's been our back line has just been horrendous. I mean, you're talking about one of the greatest defensive coaches who can't even – he can't stop, Dinamo Zagreb from 3 goals.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy. So, listen, Richard, I'm going to give you a magic wand now. You're in charge of Tottenham. You can do what you want. What are you going to do to get us back to where we need to be?
Listen, I'm going to go out and I'm going to spend heavily on some defensive players. I'm getting rid of the lot that we keep talking about.
Okay, so who are you going to buy?
Sissoko and Winks are never, ever going to be in my midfield again. I mean, there's a lot of defensive players that we were attracted to. We need a big center back. I think midfielders, we need I think we have a good core of starters. We just need to shore up the defensive line. And I don't know we're linked to everybody. That's the one thing that's crazy about being a Tottenham fan. Every single defender we've been linked to for years. So I don't know. But we need.
Do you keep Ndombele or do you sell him?
I think we keep him. I think we keep Ndombele. We keep Højbjerg. Those I would definitely keep those 2. I would get rid of Sissoko and Winks. Dele is the one that's perplexing to me because
he didn't do anything yesterday, did he, Dele?
He didn't do anything. He whiffed on that cross. Just. But again, I think he's the type of player that needs confidence and needs more games and can't just sit one game, sitting out the other. But I wouldn't be mad if he went somewhere. Look, I think it's time for Jose to just ask the question, who wants to go? And if you want to go, go. And let's keep the players that want to stay and win. And, there's part of me deep down inside that knows Harry Kane's one of our own. he's near the all-time leading goal scorer. Maybe he does stay. I mean, he's the type of guy that maybe it would mean so much. I know it would mean so much more for him to win at Tottenham. It would than any other player, and he'll tell you that. I hope that we build around him and he stays and gets that one more shot. And I hope Jose stays. I do.
I think it's going to be the end of the line for Harry and Son. I think Son's got 2 years left on his contract. He's probably not going to sign a new deal. He's going to leave it after 1 year. They're going to probably have to sell him. And then Harry, if we lose Son and Kane, then the outlook's not very good, I think, at all. We go back to where we were 10 years ago, just a mediocre team.
Yeah, I mean, I think we go back. You asked who we would sign. I can't pronounce his name. Is it Sabitzer, the guy that plays for Nagelsmann now? Senior, the guy that we were going after, the big center back. I mean, we gotta. If we're linked to those players and we're going out and meeting them, we gotta sign them. And
the thing is, Richard, the big problem that we've got now is that all these top players, they want to play Champions League.
Yeah,
we can't give them Champions League football.
No, so we've shot ourselves in the foot. So we're kind of stuck.
We're stuck.
It's grim days, man. But I still believe that we can squeak something. I really do, man. I'm an eternal optimist.
So you still think we can get top 4, yeah?
I think listen, man. I think what Hugo said yesterday. I think we're going to see what's going to happen on Sunday. I think we're going to see a clear divide. I think it's going to come out, and we might see players we've never seen start before in an EPL game. And maybe it's time that, Hugo said some of these players we don't trust anymore. He's not naming names, but, let's see what happens.
He's not that great either. He's made a lot of mistakes, Hugo. I would get rid of him. You didn't mention the goalkeeper, but you look at the goalkeeper for Zagreb, how he kept us out. Hugo didn't do anything.
Yeah, and that goal kick that he gave against the North London Derby, that I think it led to Sanchez getting that penalty.
Yeah, exactly.
He's been off, man. It's just the same people. Poch could have
same people, man. Same people.
5 years, Pochettino, and everyone talks about he came close. He came close. So what? It's still 0, and he had 5 years to do it.
Yeah.
So
Richard, listen. Give us your parting thoughts before we close the call. Now, give us the Tottenham fans some hope. Give us some hope moving forward. Come on. It's how full your guy you are.
Yeah. So I really feel like look, last year when he took over the club, we were in the same situation. Son broke his arm. I mean, we were in this desperate situation where everyone was injured. We were in 12th place. Pochettino got fired. We were going to be out of everything. In comes Jose, and we finished top 6 and got Europa League. I feel like if there's anybody that can do it, it's Jose. And now's the time where we're paying all this money. I feel like he's going to win something. Whether we win the cup, we somehow shock Man City, whether we get in 6, whether we nab Champions League, let's forget it. Short memories. We're out on Sunday at Villa Park, and we'll see what happens. And I think we're gonna players that want to play for the bench, and that's gonna come Sunday. So if they don't have anything to play for, we're gonna see which players give it the wrong for Tottenham now.
Okay, mate. Thanks very much, Richard. Take care, and we'll speak to you after the next match. Okay. All the best. Take care, mate. Thank you. Bye.